Hey guys, it's Tavil Jung, and I'm gonna test out one of the most popular footballs of 2025. Let's get to it. So here's how the scoring is gonna work. We're gonna do grip and texture first. That's gonna be out of 25. Then it's gonna be the size and the shape out of 25. And then lastly, it's gonna be throw, which is gonna be out of 50. Totally, it's gonna be out of 100, and we'll see which ball is the best one. All right, so for the first ball we have is the Wilson GST. The first test is the grip and texture. The laces right here for the Wilson, it's really hard, so it gives you good control when you're about to throw the ball. The leather is smooth. Out of 25 points, I would give the Wilson 23. So for the second test is the size and shape. Honestly, it's a well-rounded ball. I have like 10-inch hands. It fits really well. Perfect for all hands. I have big hands as well, but I think small hands, like it's pretty well too. For the size of the ball, it's a little fat, maybe just a tad fat, but it's okay. It's honestly okay. I would give the rating out of 25 to 22. All right, for test 3, we're gonna do a short, medium, and deep pass. Here's a short. Here's the medium. Here's a deep one. Overall, very smooth, very nice. I'll give that a 40 out of 50. Next ball we have is the Team Issue ball. The texture is really rough, but also the laces are pretty hard. I would give the grip and texture out of 25 and 18. All right, so for the test 2 we have is the size and shape. The Team Issue is actually really good for small hands. For those that have like 7 to 8 inches small hands, it would be really perfect for you. So I would give this rating a 25 out of 25. All right, here's the throw test. Short throw. Medium throw. Here's a long throw. All right, so for the throw test, the spiral does look nice because it's the rough texture, but it doesn't really come off the smoothest. So out of 50, I'll give it 30. So next we have the Nike Vapor Elite. The texture is really smooth. The laces are hard, just like the Wilson GST. I would say that the Wilson and the Nike Vapor are like the same. So I would give it a 23 out of 25. So for the test 2s of the size and shape, it is a little fat in the middle, just like the Wilson, but I would say it's sharper and it can cut through the air more than the Wilson. So I will give it 23 out of 25. So now we're doing the throw test. Here's a short throw. Here's the medium throw. All right, here's a long throw. I love the spiral and the way the Nike Vapor just cuts through the air. I would give it a 44.5 out of 50. Okay, so now we have the Duke NFL ball. And for the texture test, you can't beat the leather on this. This is so smooth, so amazing. Every single time I throw the ball, I feel like I can get a spiral out of this. You can't feel the laces, but everywhere you touch the ball, it feels the same. So it feels like you have laces everywhere. I'll give it a 25 out of 25. So for test number 2, the Duke is a little big and it's not really made for like all hands, I feel like. That's why when you see quarterbacks that have smaller hands, they use gloves. So I would give it an 18 out of 25. All right, now here's a throw test. Here's a short throw. All right, here's a medium throw. All right, here's a long throw. Perfect feel, cuts through the air, perfect spiral. I give it a 48 out of 50. All right, so now we have the Canadian Football League football, and it's also sponsored by Wilson, so same feel as the Wilson GST. I give it a 23 out of 25. All right, now for test 2 for the Canadian football, this football is really fat. Like in the middle of it, I have big hands and I feel like it's still kind of big, so I don't think it's like made for everybody, or at least made for people with small hands. I give it a 15 out of 25. All right, now we're doing the throw test. Here's a short throw. Here's a medium throw. Here's a deep throw. Beautiful spiral, really satisfying. I give it a 50 out of 50. That concludes all the tests. Here's the results. For last place, unfortunately, goes to Team Issue with the total score of 73 out of 100. Overall, it's a good ball, but I don't think it's the best out of those 5. Next comes in is the Wilson GST. Honestly, I was surprised with this too. I didn't think the GST would be this low, but this got a 86 out of 100. Honestly, it's a really good ball, but I guess it's not better than the other ones. Coming in third, we have is the Canadian football. I think what made this third is the beautiful spiral. If the Wilson GST had this, I think Wilson GST would definitely be number 1. But they came out of a 88 out of 100. Now coming in from first and second, it was different of only 0.5, and the winner is the Duke with a score of 91 out of 100 and the Nike Vapor 90.5 out of 100. I don't think you could beat the Duke. I think the Duke is the best ball ever made. I love the Duke. Props to Wilson to making this. It's so good. All right, so that concludes the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please, if you guys want to, subscribe, like, comment what you guys want to see in the next video. If you guys want to see other content, please follow me on Chill Throws on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and yeah, Jesus loves you guys. As a bonus, who are you with?
Juice Shiesty.
As a receiver, what was your favorite ball?
Personally, I love the Duke. How it felt on my hands, on my gloves, it just felt natural to me.
All right.